Hello, I'm Jeff Phillips, and welcome to this week's webisode. Today's guest is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to alternative medicine. Today I have Dr. Lin, and Dr. Lin, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jeff. Nice to meet you.
Yes, yes. Why don't you explain to the viewers what it is that you do?
My name is Dr. Lin. I'm an acupuncturist from Southern Village Acupuncture and Herbology. I do acupuncture and Chinese herbal medicine.
Dr. Lin, why don't you explain to the viewers how it is you got into Chinese medicine, or why you got into it?
Okay. I have been interested in Chinese medicine since I was a college student. So when I was a graduate student in UNC School of Pharmacy, I did research on the Chinese herbs. So one of the herbs that I did on my dissertation was turmeric. I studied the components in the turmeric regarding its anti-prostate cancer activities. But after spending 5 years doing the research on the turmeric, I realized that's not the way that I wanted to study the Chinese herbs. So in the lab, we studied the herbs by using chemistry. But I really wanted to study the Chinese herbs from a traditional Chinese doctor's point of view. So in 2006, I decided to really to learn Chinese medicine, and I graduated from UNC, and I was very blessed that I found out there was a very good acupuncturist in Merritt Island, Florida, and his name is Hai Xiani, and I asked him if he would like to take me as his apprentice, and he agreed. So in 2006, I moved on to Florida, and I went to a school, an acupuncture school in Orlando, but in the meantime, I had apprenticeship with Dr. Ni in his clinic. And so during those 3 years, I observed him practicing Chinese medicine, and I saw him use acupuncture and the Chinese herbs to save a lot of lives. So that was really impressive. And so in 2009, I graduated from the acupuncture school, and I got my license from Florida State, and I started to practice in Dr. Ni's clinic. And then last year, we moved back to North Carolina, and we opened our own clinic at Southern Village.
Wow, very good. Interesting story. Yeah. So why don't you explain to myself and to the viewers what kind of conditions can be treated with acupuncture?
Normally, we use acupuncture to treat pain. Acupuncture is very good at relieve pain instantly. And in addition to pain, we also use acupuncture to treat insomnia, stress, and infertility. Have you ever had acupuncture?
No, I have not.
So you want to give it a try?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I have a fear of needles, so it's always held me back. But
well, the needle is very thin, and it's single-use sterile. So after I insert the needles in it, and when I pull it out, it will be thrown into the sharps container. So
okay.
Okay, all right. All right. Okay. So usually you should not feel sharp pain, but some needle sensation, which include tingle, numbs, and some kind of pressure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So how do you feel?
Yeah, well, it's I mean, it's not too bad. I did feel it go in, but it's no more than a little prick. I mean,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, once it's in, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So how long would you typically leave or treat someone with this?
If we do acupuncture treatment, usually the needles stay for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then 30 minutes after, I will pull out the needles, and then patient are free to go.
And that's regardless of whatever you're trying to treat?
Pain, stress, insomnia, and infertility. So that's the what I like to use acupuncture to treat. And for other conditions, I would like to use Chinese herbal medicine, which I think is more effective than acupuncture.
Can I put my arm down?
Yeah, you can put your arm down and
great.
relax.
Okay. All right. So talk a little bit more about the Chinese herbal medicine and how do you use that to treat somebody?
Chinese herbal medicine is one of the major modalities in Chinese medicine. And it's not so much well known in the United States. And acupuncture is more well known in here. But herbal medicine is very popular in China. Okay, we use the herbs to treat pretty much everything. Okay, so include use herbs to treat common cold, flu, allergy, asthma, and we use herbs to treat gynecological problems, cardiovascular problems, digestive problems, and pretty much everything, wow. Include cancer.
Really, in cancer as well. Okay, wow.
Yeah, as I just told you, that my mentor Hai Shani, he used herbs to treat a lot of cancer patients. That's why I said I saw him save a lot of lives.
Wow. Okay. So, is it, like Western medicine? Is it you go and you pop a pill and you feel relief? Mm-hmm. Is that how herbal medicine works, or do you have to take it over a long period of time?
It depends. If it's an acute condition, and you take the herbs, and the problem is gone, then you don't have to take it anymore. But if it's a more like a chronic condition, then you have to take it regularly for a certain period of time until the problem is completely gone. Then you can stop.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, when someone comes in to see you, what are some signs that you look for? I mean, how do you determine how to treat them?
So there are traditional diagnosis of Chinese medicine. We use 4 ways to do the diagnosis. So we will observe the patient's complexion and the posture, and also observe the tongue. And we hear patient answering the questions, and then we hear the tone of the voice, and also we will ask questions regarding patient's regular life, sleep, appetite, bowel movement, urination, energy, emotion, that sort of things. And then we will check the pulse.
Okay, wow, very good. So how can diverse health conditions be treated by Chinese medicine? And do you have any examples that you can share with us?
All right. So before I get into how I would like to share a case with you, lately I treated a lady. The first time she came in, she had a lot of issues. She had her eyelids, hands, and feet were swollen, and then she had trouble urination. She had no desire to urinate during the day, but have very frequent urination during night. And she had very low energy. She couldn't stand for a long period of time, and she had soreness in her lower back, and her teeth felt very weak. And she had hypertension, diabetes, gout. She had insomnia. A lot of issues were going on. So she kept saying that it's suffering to live. And so I gave her some herbs to take, and after a month, she came back. Her swelling was all gone, and her blood sugar level dropped from 190 to 120, and her hypertension was gone. Her blood pressure was normal, and she had normal urination. She had the desire to urinate during the day. At night, she only got up once to urinate. And she had better appetite, and her sleep was better, and her lower back was less sore, so she could stand for a longer period of time, and her teeth got stronger. So she was very happy. The reason that the herbal medicine can help her relieve all these kind of symptoms was because when we do diagnosis by using Chinese medicine, we can find out what's going on with with her, even though the problems are so complicated. Her teeth were weak, her lower back was sore, and then she had difficulty with urination. This all point to her kidney, because in Chinese medicine we found the connection between teeth and kidney, and lower back and kidney, and the color of the hair with kidney, and the bone and the kidney. So when her kidney was deficient, her body showed up a lot of symptoms in her teeth, lower back, urination, and even bowel movement. So once her kidney was getting better, then all this symptom was really going away.
Wow.
Right, and her hypertension was gone as well, because her hypertension and her diabetes was also due to her kidney deficiency.
Wow, that's very fascinating. Wow. So, what I wanted to ask you was, okay, the herbs, it's just herbs. I mean, it's not medicine. I mean, how come Western medicine has such a hard time either understanding or using herbs?
Because the methodology are very different. Western medicine using drugs, the drugs are pure compounds, okay, and so the Western medicine start from microscopic level, and Chinese medicine start from macroscopic level. So Western medicine look at everything at the cellular level or even under cellular level. So they look at molecules, cells, receptors. So if it's a whole herb, it's hard for them to study, because one herb contains thousands of components, but the drug is one single component. It's a pure chemical structure, so it's easier to study. And if you add just one or two more drugs together to study the whole pathway, how the drugs were working in the body, it just makes the research too complicated to accomplish.
And isn't it true that most drugs are derivatives of herbs?
Yes, most of the drugs, 85% of the drugs are natural products or natural products derivatives.
Okay. And when did medicine start? And I mean, do you know when it?
You mean
when drugs started? Yes.
About 200 years ago, when chemists were able to extract the components from the natural product from herbs.
Okay.
And so they started to get the pure compounds, and that's how drugs started to come to the world.
Right. So prior to that, Chinese medicine was used for thousands of years, or herbs were used for...
Yeah, herbs were used throughout the whole human history until about 200 years ago. Okay. Because the prevalence of the drugs, then herbs start to, the use of herbs as medicine start to declining. But in China, Chinese herbal medicine is still very popular.
Okay, so in China, is it common for a family to go to a Chinese herbal doctor? Is that what I could call it?
We just call traditional Chinese doctor.
Okay, traditional Chinese doctor versus a general practitioner doctor, like in Western medicine.
In China, yeah, some people they only go to see Chinese doctors, and we in China we actually don't have family doctors. We only go to the hospital when we're sick, and we go to see doctors, whoever is working in the hospital. So some people when they are sick, they choose to see the traditional Chinese doctor instead of the Western doctors in the hospital.
Great. Well, very good. Well, I find this very fascinating, and I'm sure the viewers probably have some more questions as well. So if any of you are interested, Dr. Lynn, what's your website where they can go to?
www.southernvillageacupuncture.com.
Okay, and I'll have that posted at the end of this video as well, so you can go to that website and check it out. And feel free to contact Dr. Lynn. She'd be happy to talk to you. And thank you so much for coming in today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll pull the
You want to pull this out now?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. See you next time.